Guys, so today we're going to be talking about circuits and resistors. More specifically, we'll be talking about this circuit right here and what type of LED we should use for that circuit. So first, let's start off with something simple. The LED is 2.8 volts. That means that the milliamps has to be between 10 and 20. How we can calculate that is, since it is 2.8 volts, we take 220 and divide 2.8 by 220. Then we get the number and we take it to the right, and we take the decimal to the right 3 times. And if it's between 10 and 20 or somewhere there, then that means it's good. If it's under 10, then it's letting through too less amount of light. But if it's over 20, it's letting through too much amount of light. So let's go ahead and start. So I obviously already did all my math, so I kind of just put it right here. So let's start with the highest number, which is 10R. It's letting through 280 milliamps, which is not good because it's way over 20. So let's move on to something different, like 220R. Okay, it's letting through only 12.7 amps. That is directly between 10 and 20 milliamps. So that is good. So we can use that LED for sure. So I'm just gonna put a check mark right next to it. And 330R, it is 8.5 amps milliamps, which is a little bit less than 10, but we could still use it, just the light will be a little bit more dimmer. So how about we take this as a comparison to compare the 220R and 330R and really see the difference. And 2K is 1.4 milliamps, which is way below 0. I mean, like, it's basically gonna let through barely any light. So I don't think this is a good option. So we're just gonna put X right next to it. And then we got 5K, which lets through 0.55 milliamps, which is even worse than the 2K. So I don't even think we're gonna be using that one as well. And with the 10K, 100K, and 1 million, they're all just way off as well, all 3 of them. Even after moving the decimal to the right 3 times, they are way off. So we're not going to be using any of these. And we will also not be using the 10R because it just lets through too much. Now you got to be careful, because if you're using something like 1M, then your circuit won't be damaged, but it also won't work. But if you're using something like 10R, which is letting through too much electricity, then it will absolutely damage your LED, and now you won't have the LED anymore. Now let's look at a schematic diagram. This is kind of like a diagram of what we're going to be building. That is our energy source. It goes to the LED, which then goes to ground. Now it does pass through a resistor, slowing it down, and it's kind of just going again in a loop. So let's go ahead and move on to the LED. I'm back, and so let's go ahead and begin this. So we said we were going to use the 220R and 330R to compare the both of them. So let's go ahead and get a 330R and a 220R. As you can see, I've used some of them because this is not my first time building an LED. So let's go ahead and get a 330R out. Please be careful with this, not like I am, because they're extremely fragile and they could break. Just give me a sec. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 0.1, 0.01, 0.001, 0.0001. Okay, there we go. Finally, I'm sorry for the wait. So this will be our 330. So let's place it right next to it so that we make sure we won't forget that it is the 330. Now let's get out a 220. Hopefully this isn't as hard. Please work, please work, please work, please work. Please come out easily, please come out easily. All right, there we go. And we have gotten our resistors out. Now let's go ahead and get to the part where we build the circuit. So all of these are useless because they won't do anything to our LED or circuit. So let's put them aside. Yep, and the final one. There we go. Now let's get our circuit board. I've already explained what this does in another one of my videos, so let's just skip explaining it and we'll go right through the building. So first let's talk about the anode and diode. Diode. I forgot how it was pronounced. But the short leg is supposed to be connected to the ground, which is connected through a resistor, then the ground. And the longer leg is connected to the energy source, which in this will be 5 V right there. I am using Arduino for this, so keep in mind. Alright, let's go ahead and get to building. Alright, so I got the circuit board right here. Give me a second. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, so we got the circuit board right here. You see the longer leg and the shorter leg? Yep, the shorter leg is on the top while the longer leg is at the bottom. I think it's better just to hold it. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, so as you can see, the longer leg is on the right and the shorter leg is on the left or right now. But for now, I'm going to keep the longer leg on the left and the shorter leg on the right. Make sure they're not connected, which if it's going not diagonally, I meant horizontally, then it's not connected. But if it's going vertically, it is connected, except for these gaps, which disconnected. So let's go ahead and get out one of your colored wires and connect it to the longer leg, just like that, right? Now remember, we wanted to connect this to our power source, which is gonna be right. Oh, I'm trying to focus in on this. Yep, you can see it now, right there, 5 right next to the 2 grounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it on the 5E, which you can see right now. Just like that. Bam. We got that done. Now we let's use our 330R resistor first. Alright. So just give me a second. Okay. I want to make sure that one of the sides is connected to the shorter leg and the other side I'm going to connect to the ground. But I will not connect it. So just like that. And then I'm going to put the other side over here. Okay, hopefully that is in there. Yeah, please don't make it as messy as mine. Alright, so as you can see, I have connected the resistor to the shorter leg of the LED. And I left a gap right here so that we can now connect the white wire to the resistor. Right? Okay, why is this not going in? Okay, there we go. Now we gotta connect the white wire to ground, which is right there. As you can see, I'm just gonna connect it to ground. And just like that, we're done with the circuit. Now we need our power source, which I'm using this MacBook right here. You could really use anything. But yeah, just make sure that your LED is directly, or your circuit is directly connected to the MacBook. So here we are. I connected so this is basically our kind of like battery for the LED in a sense. This is what's giving all the electricity. And then I'm gonna connect it right here. We don't need any coding for this, so I'll tell you that. Yep. And it's working all right and all fine. All right, remember the brightness of this LED right here. 330R. Wow. Quite bright, huh? Now, let's move on to the 220R LED. Goes there, and then the 220R comes up. Got it up. And now I'm gonna go ahead and connect it again. I don't really think you can see this because it's kind of hard. Yep, and connect it to the white LED, which is connected to ground, just like that. All right, let's see if this works. And just like that. Whoa, I felt this is a little brighter. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if y'all think it got a little bit brighter or if y'all think it's the exact same. Because for me, I don't really see a difference. But I'm pretty sure there is. Anyways, as y'all can see, it really... Now, just to show out how big of a difference the resistor does make, how about we use something different, like a 2K, alright? Just to show you that it does make a difference. Here we got the 2K. I'm removing it. God damn, it's so hard removing it with one hand. Alright, got it. Now I'm just gonna connect it. Alright, and 3, 2, 1, and done. Hopefully I connected it properly. Anyways, oh my gosh, why is it such a pain to just connect it? Oh my gosh, okay guys. We're having some technical difficulties. And there we go. Yeah, see, you all can clearly see the difference between the 220R and the 2K. See just how much of a big difference that does? Okay, now y'all are probably thinking, what? We can still see the light. It's nice and bright. Okay, well, how about we now use 10K. Let's use a 10K. And I bet y'all will barely see this light. If not, will not see this light. Because it just takes, lets through so less milliamps. Anyways, go ahead and connect it. Oh, it's still connected. Yep, I'll see that. It just got dimmer. Okay, now let's move on to the big guy. The one guy I'm sure will not let through any light or any electricity at all. And I'll bet all my life savings on it, which is approximately 0.1 cent. So, either way, it's a win-win situation for me. So, let's just connect it properly. Oh, I think it's connected. Y'all see that? Yep, there's absolutely no light. Why? Because it's just taking up so much. It's literally letting nothing through, dude. I just disconnected it. Y'all don't see a difference because it doesn't let through any electricity, basically. So anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope y'all learned something new. Yep. For this specific LED, it must be 10 through 20 milliamps, and 220R is what I used, which was incredible, and so was 330R. And all these other ones basically did not work that great, but hopefully y'all can find a better one, because 10 through 20, I really badly wanted to try out the 10R, but I don't have that many milliamps, so maybe next time. See y'all later.